Exactly.
Who the fuck is they? Because you can't be
Cops. Ain't that what we're talking about? The cops. They have killed more unarmed. It's just not televised because they don't make money off of it. And they don't get 2K riled up, so they don't tell you
Exactly.
about
'Cause I just watched the white boy on the motorcycle that he got choked out, died of asphyxiation. I'm like, damn, they don't show that on TV. They only show when they kill black folk.
y'all niggas some fucking coon.
Man, nah, it's real talk, bro.
What we talking about here?
They do maximize every black police killing for propaganda for black people to keep voting Democrat. They definitely do that. That's
No, you know what? I love being called that because that tells me that I must be winning.
Huh.
I tell y'all must be lying. Where do y'all live in?
Man,
It's
you can look
literally
it up,
data.
bro.
I'm gonna do it right now.
2K, if only y'all would be this mad when black people kill other black people at the
Molly, get the fuck out of
egregious
here.
rate.
I'm just mad for
No,
that.
I do. No,
That's
hold on.
being a coon. No,
Let
being
me-
a coon is when you
People
support
kill
a
white
black
people.
person killing a black person.
White people
We
kill
can
white
kill
me-
each other. You're
let
no,
me
no, no,
express
no,
Listen,
no,
myself.
I've never
Let
been.
me
I tell
express
you one
myself.
thing.
I
I
just
one
answered
thing.
Anton's question. I agree
I
with
have
you, Molly. I
never
just answered
ever.
the
I got you, Robert. I'm coming to you, big dog. I know one thing. I have never ever been called out of my name. Yes, I have. Let me revise that. I got called a nigga one time by. He had to be like 8 years old. Um, it was when Xbox Live first came out. If you was in the early days of Xbox Live, there was a lot of racism. They loved to use the N word, especially when
Playing
they was
online.
100%. They loved to use the N word when it was, and it was
Oh,
nothing I
you
could
believe
do.
in racism, Anton?
You're not hearing what I'm saying. Let me make my
Yeah,
full.
nigga.
Let me make my full statement. If you was in the early days of Xbox Live, you know what it is. It was nothing for you to get called the N word by a kid that was 10 years old that was also beating your ass in whatever respective game. So you was losing and getting called the N word.
Who do you think that kid grow up to be?
But here's the thing. Here's the key.
Grow up to be.
Here, relax, big dog. Hold on. Give me a second. So here's the thing, though. Nobody is saying that people in the world isn't racist. That's not the question. The question is, and the reason why y'all keep diverting over into stuff that don't matter is because you are not answering whether or not and how white people have more privilege than black people in this country in 2025. And the point that I was making about getting called the N-word was that I've gotten called a coon probably 10 times more from people that look like me than anybody that never looked like me.
Real talk.
Because you in line.
I have been called all some of the worst shit from people that look like me. And I've had people wish death on me that look like me. I'm not scared of white people.
White people not gonna call you.
I'm not what
because
I
you
don't give a
nigga
fuck.
boy.
Well, that's cool. Then they ain't got it. Listen, if they not doing nothing to me, it's y'all that do stuff to me. I don't keep my head on a swivel around them. I got to keep my head on a swivel times 10 when I come around y'all. I ain't worried about no white people. White people ain't doing nothing to me. I got to worry about when I go drive straight down the street because I know somebody want to take the engine out of my Hellcat. I can't fucking drive my Hellcat that I paid an arm and a leg for because I got to worry about some black guy with dreads on trying to go to jail for the rest of his life, and he willing to risk it all. Now I got to put his life and my life on the line. That's what I got to worry about. I ain't worried about no white people. I'm worried about him right there. And y'all
everything you're saying is
not only that, once he kill me, y'all gonna have a free Ray Ray t-shirt on. and if he take a plea deal, he still might have a chance at a rap career when he get out.
Yeah. Same experience for me. It's always been that.
Okay, so this is the thing, right? The same perception that you have towards black people and how you see them when you ride down the hood, that's the same perception that a police may have in relation to a person that may be white. Do I think that to the severity of what most people think, white people have more privilege than black people? No, but to the point of everything that you said, that when you ride down the hood and you got to worry about somebody want to rob you for your engine, that's the same perception that a white police officer will have. And then if they see a group of white people having at a mosh pit, maybe concert or whatever the case may be, they might not have the same connotation. That is the privilege. Just by looking at a person, not knowing who they are and what they're doing, they can have two different connotations just by perception.
So you've been to a mosh pit before?
That's not.
No, hold on. Because I want to make sure. I want to make sure that we're talking about real experiences.
Okay,
and not what they think. Have you ever been to a rave or a mosh pit?
Okay, let me explain. Not indirectly, but I'm going to explain to you how this works. Right?
Not indirectly.
Either you have or you haven't. There is a monster truck event that happens. There's also concerts where they have mosh pit events. Now, in these events,
like what? Give me one of them. Give me the name of one of them. Give me the name of one of them.
I don't know the exact name. I can't call it right now, but I'm getting to a point.
Okay.
Here, whenever they have these stadium events, they have people parking like miles away from the event, right? That's how packed it is. And people sell their yard space for people to park and all of that. There's a different type of police presence because at that same center, there is black events. There's the Florida Classic, which is HBCU based. When the events with the black events happen, there's a different type of police presence and there's a different type of police interaction versus when they have the events where there is a white event. I'm just gonna keep it real. By perception, there is privilege. I'm just gonna say that. By
but
perception,
I'm saying
first of all, hold on. First of all, it's a completely different experience going to Monster Jam. I've been to Monster Jam than it is to go to a rave or something where it's a mosh pit. Two completely different events.
Well, okay. I'm saying as far as the police presence in the way that they handle the black people just walking to the event, where they put the barricades, they're walking in these roads.
But you're acting like you don't know why they're doing that.
Right.
See, that's where we disingenuous at. You know why they're doing that.
Nick,
it's a reason.
If you was throwing an event yourself, you would do it that way.
Let me give
hold on. So
let me give y'all a great.
You know these niggas.
We can't sit here. We can't sit here and act like. We can't sit here and act like when white folks get together and they're celebrating something or they're doing things like the raves or whatever, that people are just randomly getting shot or randomly getting trampled over.
I can give you an example of
which community is it that people are going to get shot at? Where's the biggest threat at? Is it with the white communities with their events, or is it with the black communities and their events? You can't sit here and put in privilege whenever it's literally just a fact.
So
if you look and see, hey, what was it? Travis Scott?
Yep.
People got trampled over.
I was out here.
Trampled over after these raves.
That was
the raves. They're doing drugs. They're doing ecstasy. They're doing all kinds of things. It's still safer than what we have.
But what they're not doing is killing each other or unaliving each other. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm still trying to. So you're saying that the black events have a more police presence? That means that white people have more privilege.
I'll give you another.
The perception of what may happen based on a group of people.
Let me give an example.
Go ahead.
Do you think, 2K? Do you think?
Oh, okay. An example of white privilege. Let's look at goddamn the KKK. The KKK has never been hit with a RICO, has never been indicted, and they are a known criminal hate group. You can't say the same for the Italian mafia. You can't even say the same for a street gang in fucking Chicago. That's white privilege in itself. We know for a 1,000% fact that they are a hate group that get together and kill niggas. No indictments, no RICOs. They just get to live life. That's
How do you know?
Privilege.
How do you know?
They had I just pulled it up right now. Throughout history, there's literally documentation of the KKK absolutely being indicted and having trials en masse One of the earliest versions of it is 1871 and 8 through 1872. The South Carolina Ku Klux Klan trials of 1871 and 72.
What was the result?
I don't know. I just pulled it up. So basically, the reason that I said it is because what 2K is saying is not true. He's just saying stuff.
Y'all niggas just being disingenuous.
I'm gonna give you an example. Look
He's,
here.
No.
And last year, cops killed 385 white people and only 248 black people.
Here, look. Here in Nashville, listen to me. Here in Nashville, there's a PWI up here that's well known. I ain't gonna say the name. They had 40 women saying they got some stuff put in their drinks. Okay, 40 kids. It never hit the news. The HBCU that's here is 4 of them. They had one incident on homecoming, and it was blasted around the whole city for a whole week. One incident. That's privilege, bro. Like, but that PWI had 40 cases of women saying some Molly's got put in their drink.
Wait. Here, hold on. The Enforcement Act of 1871, also known as the Ku Klux Klan Act, was the third enforcement act, and it's the third enforcement act, and it's of the Civil Rights Act of 1871. It was an act of Congress intended to combat paramilitary vigilantism of the Ku Klux Klan. It was passed by the 42nd United States Congress and signed into law by President Grant. What the fuck are y'all talking about?
What the fuck is you talking about?
How many went to jail?
That was in 1871. Nigga, we got
No. You said there was never a time, and I'm literally going through the history of it right now. Thank God that we got AI now. I'm going through the history of different times in which they were basically targeted and broke up. And this is one of the reasons why they no longer are even relevant today, is because they literally set out to destroy the Ku Klux Klan.
Anton, who do you
were they hired into?
Maybe I'm off. Maybe AI is wrong.
Did they change uniform?
Who do you think killed more people?
No. Stop.
Or the Ku Klux Klan?
I'm trying to move the goalposts. 2K says something, and I'm saying that it's not true.
Right.
Anton, who do you think killed more people, the mafia or the Ku Klux Klan?
Fam, you're moving the goalposts again.
I'm not moving the goalposts.
You're moving the goalposts again.
You white privilege.
You said that they have not been targeted ever. As a matter of fact, I would like for all gangs to be targeted. I want the Bloods to be targeted. I want the Crips to be targeted. I want the GDs, the BDs. I want all of them to be targeted. I wish they would fucking break up. The reason that I believe that it's so dumb is the fact that they continue to let these people continue to have these gangs in y'all culture and in y'all neighborhoods. I think that that's the real form of racism, is that y'all won't actually advocate for these motherfuckers to get broken up.
I gave you an example, fam. I gave you an example. I know y'all still stuck on the KKK thing, but I gave you an example, bro. I know.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Robert. I was researching AI. I'm open to hearing what you got to say.
Here in Nashville, Tennessee, there's a PWI. If y'all know what that means, predominantly white institution. Who had
what's the name of the PWI?
I can't say. A lot of people follow
me. You can't say it.
Man, throw them white boys under the bus.
What's the name of the PWI? It ain't against the law for you to name the college.
Vanderbilt University.
Okay, Vanderbilt, right down to downtown Nashville. I know where it is.
Had 40 cases of women saying they got somebody put Molly's in their drink, some kind of drug. Okay, in 1 week. The HBCU that's here is 4 HBCUs in Nashville. The one that had their homecoming going on, they had one incident during their homecoming, and they got blasted the whole 2 weeks, almost a whole month here in the city. But the Vanderbilt situation never got talked about at all.
Okay, so let me pull that up. Give me a second.
All right,
because I'd have to take your word for it.
Okay. What happened at the HBCU? They got Molly too?
No, what happened at the HBCU? It wasn't even part of TSU. Tennessee State. It was a shooting that happened on after the parade, but happened on the street that the parade was on. 2 gangs had gotten into a fight with each other. And they blamed it on HBCU, but it had nothing to do with HBCU. It just happened on a street that the parade was on. Had nothing to do with the school. But they blasted and said, TSU homecoming, there was a shooting. But actually, it was just 2 hoods fighting. But the point I'm getting at is,
there was 2 hoods fighting?
Yeah, really 2 rap groups. It's bad to say this, but 2 rap groups that represent 2 sides.
Y'all was doing hood things. I got
They were doing some hood things, yeah. But it was during the time of a homecoming. But it wasn't around the parade.
Okay, so I don't see anything about
this. And at the PWI was any of that proven? Or was it like Bill Cosby? They just said they was Miley, but ain't no proof.
When you
Like
say something about a white motherfucker, you say a black
it,
motherfucker got to do research. You telling them ain't enough.
Right.
No, I don't believe you niggas. I don't believe y'all at all.
Oh no, the white people wouldn't dare do that. Let me research it. I can't believe this.
I don't believe anything that anybody says.
I was trying to make a distinction to see if anybody was actually caught, like, you know, because women that say they got Miley all day, that don't mean it's true. I need to know, like, was that shit proven? Because the shooting is happened. But just because somebody say they got Miley, that don't really mean shit.
First of all, I don't believe you.
If Robert would have said some black people did this, nobody would have got on the keyboard and looked it up. But
absolutely, I would have. When black people,
because it was a white man. Hold on, let me go look it up. Because now,
no, I do have to. No, I'll keep the same energy.
Okay, did the tissue thing pop up?
When black women accuse black men of doing things, I never believe them.
Exactly.
Did the shooting show
I
up?
don't believe. Listen. I don't believe nothing that none of y'all say until I go and look it up for myself.
Okay.
And I've been saying that since the beginning. When I see a woman accuse a man of doing something, I don't believe all women. I say, you know what? Let me see what's happening. Let me find out what the evidence is. I'm not going to convict him in the court of public opinion at all.
Real talk.
Yeah, I'm not finding anything outside of just the speculation from the social media accounts.
I don't see anything. I've looked it up literally on my computer. I've been researching it. I don't see anything about it.
That's what I'm saying. Okay, now look. Do you see the TSU situation I brought up?
Okay, what's the TSU situation?
Look up Tennessee State University homecoming shooting. I bet it pop up.
Well, yeah, if you shot somebody, I would assume.
But it has nothing to do with the school, bro.
What do you mean? The students is about it. You know what I remember being plastered all over the news? I remember being plastered all over the news. The Duke lacrosse team getting accused of sexual assault by a black woman, and all of them lost their scholarships. They lost their jobs. Their parents was getting doxxed.
And she lied.
The kids was absolutely going under the bus. And the woman wound up lying, and these guys still wound up getting expelled and removed, and their whole season got canceled. Yep. So if you're sitting here and telling me that just because people are white, that it's not something that's plastered all over the news, you've never seen anything like that happen at an HBCU.
I remember
you've never at any time seen something like that happen at an HBCU.
I remember Emmett Till. I remember Jenna 6. I remember them. You don't care to bring them up, do you?
You remember Emmett Till?
Yeah, he remember that.
You remember Emmett Till?
Yeah.
No, what about now?
So how do you remember Emmett Till and you wasn't even born?
Because I was taught this. I'm from Mississippi. The woman the white woman who whistled stayed in my same city, bro. What is you talking about?
You wasn't born.
No, she just never died, didn't she?
I did not say
family. Hold on, no. White people today, and I stand on this shit unless somebody can prove me wrong, do not have more privilege than anybody else. Most of them are poor. Most of them are on social services. Most of them got student loan debt and they begging for forgiveness. Most of them are gay. The men have lost control of their families first before it even hit black people. Most of they women don't give a fuck about them and they having children out of wedlock. They don't make more money than we do in mass. They only slightly above us when it comes to the average household income or the average amount of money that they making per person, white man versus black man. I don't see where their privilege is. If they have so much fucking privilege, then how come they don't average the most on household income?